All right, let's just get right into it. The world of search marketing is suddenly full of new acronyms. And, it's getting pretty confusing. Is SEO dead? What in the world is geo? In this explainer, we're going to cut through all that noise and figure out what really matters for success in this new search landscape. So, this is the big question, isn't it? It's on every marketer's mind. If you're an experienced pro, it probably feels like the ground is shifting right under your feet. And if you're just starting out, it's got to be tough to know where to even begin. Are these new terms a total revolution? Or are they just a rebranding of what we already know? Let's find out.
It's safe to say we're in a weird spot right now. For years and years, SEO was the undisputed king of organic search. But now, with the rise of AI, this whole new vocabulary has just popped up, and it's causing a bit of an identity crisis in the industry.
I mean, just look at this alphabet soup of acronyms we've got now. AIO, AEO, GEO, LLMO. It's really no wonder people are confused. They're asking themselves, do I need to just ditch all my SEO skills and learn a whole new discipline to stay relevant? Okay, before we can even start to judge these new terms, we have to get back to basics. The technology, yeah, it might be changing, but the fundamental principles of how a search engine works, those haven't. And understanding this is absolutely the key to seeing through all the hype. So here's the crucial thing to remember. A search engine works in 5 clear steps. It all starts with discovery, the search engine just finding out your page exists. Then a bot crawls the page. After that, it renders the code to understand what's there and indexes a copy if it thinks it's useful. It's only after all of that that the final step, ranking, even happens. Focusing only on ranking is kind of like trying to build a roof without a foundation. It just won't work. And that brings us to what the real job of an SEO professional is all about, which, let me tell you, is so much more than just getting to number 1. A real SEO expert is involved in that entire 5-step process we just walked through. In fact, a modern SEO has at least 8 core duties. And what do you know? The first 5 map directly to that search engine process we just discussed, optimizing for discovery, crawlability, rendering, indexing, and then, finally, influencing ranking. But on top of all that, they're managing content, analyzing tons of data, and building reports. It's a really comprehensive role. All right, with that solid foundation in place, now we can finally tackle these new buzzwords head-on. So are any of these acronyms actually useful for marketers? Let's break them down one by one. First up is AIO, or Artificial Intelligence Optimization. Honestly, this term is just way too broad. As marketers, we don't optimize for the entire field of AI. We optimize for very specific applications of it, like a search engine or a chatbot. So for us, AIO really isn't a practical term. Next, we've got AOSEO and GOSEO. That's Answer and Generative Engine Optimization. Now, these are actually pretty sensible. They do a good job of describing the work of optimizing content for platforms that generate direct answers. And for all practical purposes, they basically mean the same thing. And finally, there's LLMO for Large Language Model Optimization. And just like AIO, this one's just too big of an umbrella. Large language models do so much more than answer user questions. They generate images, they make medical predictions, all sorts of things. It's a whole field of technology, not really a marketing channel.
So, out of all the new terms, GEO seems to be the one that's gaining the most traction. So the big question is this: does it introduce any genuinely new strategies that aren't already a part of good, solid SEO practice?
Well, SEO expert Amit Tiwari puts it pretty bluntly. He argues that everything being packaged as new under this geo label is already a core part of traditional SEO. So let's put that to the test. Let's look at the new tactics for geo and see how they really stack up. Response generation? Come on, that's just creating article summaries and TLDRs, which SEOs have done for years. How about information synthesis? Well, that's just a fancy way of saying we build topic clusters and silo structures. User intent understanding. That has been the absolute core of keyword research since day one. You can go down the whole list. Every single new geotactic has a direct, long-standing equivalent in traditional SEO.
So, after breaking it all down, what's the real takeaway here for anyone trying to navigate this landscape? Well, it's actually pretty simple.
The real danger here is that you might have people calling themselves geo experts without having a proper grasp of SEO fundamentals. And this can lead to really poor results. And when clients are inevitably disappointed, it gives the entire digital marketing industry a bad name.
So the crucial point is this. Instead of chasing new, flashy acronyms, the most valuable and truly future-proof strategy is to double down on mastering the fundamentals. A deep understanding of how search engines really work and the core duties of an SEO, that's going to serve you far better than any buzzword ever will.
And that really leaves us with one final question to think about for your own professional journey. In this rapidly changing world of search, are you focusing your energy on building a solid, lasting foundation of knowledge, or are you just chasing the latest fad? The answer to that question is what will define your success.